I've kind of been the past few weeks focusing on just taking care of business, right? Setting up equipment. My wife's got a baby due in a couple weeks. I've been working with stuff in the studio. When I go out on mission, as it were, when I go out and try to stand up, hey, Kel, Joshua, hey, guys, when I go out and work in the field, it drains away from my business. Unlike what the slanderers like to say, I don't make money by going out and trying to help prisoners and trying to help the suffering. Sometimes I'll get a few donations to pay for gas or something like that, but it's not a profitable endeavor. I have a business. I'm sitting here right now, and you can learn about my business over at simstudios.com. But I want to talk about empowering your voice today, because I hear a lot. I've been hearing a lot of stuff the past few weeks. And honestly, I came home from Nevada and I went to work, and I'm looking for solutions. I'm looking ways to help the prisoners and help the suffering. And my soul is burning, and I've been talking to God, and I'm sad because I see all this division, hate, and lies, but it's not helping the people that are suffering. Hey guys, see y'all in there. Good to see you. Hi Debbie. Hi Johnny. So I've been thinking, well, first of all, I'm not even going to address the slander and smut. I mean, some of the things people are saying are just ridiculous, and it's sad the way that they attack people. And no worries, Kel. We got it. And it kills me to see this division, but you have to call out evil. So we call out evil and we move on. Now, I'm not here tonight to engage with some of these absurd accusations. I don't need to defend myself. I don't need to justify my righteous actions to people that make up slander and have no proof. I don't need to sit here and talk about me. But I can say that sometimes I do. I never stop engaging. I never stop watching and sharing and pleading against the suffering of my neighbor. But sometimes I'll just say, you know what? I'm going to go work. I'm going to go feed my family. I'm going to go, take a breath while I work, because I will not stand around and simply have mud slung at me for no reason, nor will I stand around and let it be slung at someone else for no reason. But sometimes you just got to let people sling mud. If they want to sling mud and throw poo at the wall, it's going to splash back on them. And so it's sad. And I pray for these people. I pray for these people that try and divide our movements and that are working against their own cause, that fall for this. Some of them are actually plants and informants that are meant to divide us, and some of them are just ignorant people who fall for it because they don't have the wisdom. They don't seek wisdom enough. But how can you empower your message? Because people get mad and they say, well, I don't like the way Gavin says it. And I'm like, okay, fine. I don't like that Gavin doesn't do this, or I don't like the way he talks about cops. Well, I happen to think that if what I'm saying is offending you, then probably the problem is with you. Because when people lie about me, it doesn't really offend me that much. These people that spread lies about me, it doesn't offend me that much. Now, sometimes it saddens me because it's damaging, and sometimes they threaten and things like that, and that's not good. That concerns me. But at the same time, I'm not defined. I'm not defined by other people. I answer to God. And we have to stop worrying about what other people think. The more known you are, the more you have a voice, the more people will oppose your voice. It does not matter who you are. I want you to have a voice. And so maybe you don't like the way I'm doing it. Well, I'm going to tell you briefly how you can make your own voice. Number one is you need to have a message. My message here tonight, right? You have an open, you have a middle, you have a close, and this is communication 101. My message here tonight is number one, I don't answer to liars. I answer to God. I don't answer to the haters. I do what I think is right. I speak the truth. And if that offends them, it's probably because they have no answer for what I'm saying. All right? But I'm not going to get into the smut of it. Number two is how you can communicate. How can you communicate is by having a simple plan. I get videos. I hear from people a lot, guys. I get a lot of emails. And I see people saying, wow, I'm having this problem, right? And I try and share them on my page. I try to motivate people's voices, right? I try to elevate people's voices when they're trying to speak out. I see people getting abused in their communities, and I see their public defenders or prosecuting attorneys bullying them into silence, and I'm saying, no, whatever you do, don't be silent. So number one in empowering your voice is not being afraid to speak. The last thing to do is be silent because a public official is telling you you should be silent. The reason that I'm attacked, or that Josh is attacked, that Kelly's attacked, that John or Lindsay or Ammon or Ryan is attacked is because we continue to speak. As soon as you are silent, evil will stop attacking you because you've succumbed to the enemy. So number one is you speak. Now do it with principle. Don't make it about yourself. I see a lot when people are lying or attacking or when things get ugly, right? We try to make it about ourselves. We try to justify ourselves. Because really, what's happening, I think psychologically what's happening, is that when people attack us, we start to doubt ourselves. Our faith lacks, so we feel like we have to justify ourselves to those who hate us. The reason I don't do that is multiple-fold, but one of them is that I don't doubt what I'm doing. And if I do, I certainly don't go talk to the trolls, I talk to the Father. And so if you're hung up on defending yourself, you're taking away from the message. The message is not about yourself, the message is about justice, it's about liberty. I'm not saying you never speak of something that someone's saying or that you never expose the enemy. Absolutely. Sometimes you have to name names, but you don't want to get hung up on that. You want to get on that, and then you want to get back on track, because our gut reaction is always to fall into this trap. So that's a communication trap. Number one is you have to communicate. Number two, even if you're being abused, right? I see the video, and it's a long 45-minute droning video on YouTube of somebody who's being persecuted in I don't know, Minnesota, right? And so I watch this video, and I sympathize, and the words are true. But the problem is the person's frustrated because they're feeling like, well, why is my message not getting out? Why is my message not getting out? And a lot of times it's number one because they're not communicating simply. They're telling instead of showing. That's why I always film police and interactions, because I need to show, not tell. Okay? I can tell, like in a video like this, but it won't get near the reaction. It won't be on the front page of Yahoo like when I pull over a cop, because then I'm showing how to stand up to tyranny. People want you to show when you tell a story, not tell. Whenever possible, you should show, not tell. So if you're arrested, you should get the dash cam footage, right? You should mix that in with your narrative of what happened, but you should keep it simple. 1, 2, 3, open, middle, closed. Hey, my name's so-and-so. I live here. Prosecutor so-and-so, along with his buddies and cronies in the blue line, are abusing me. Check out what happened on this video. Boom, video plays. We're thinking like a vlogger now. Video ends. So guys, this isn't just about me, this is about all of us. Yes, I'm being abused, but tomorrow it will be you, and we have to come together. We have to unite. We have to stand up. So I'm naming names. I'm not going to be bullied by prosecutor XYZ. I'm not going to let myself be silenced by the public defender. I'm not going to play the game. I know the courts are corrupt, and I stand for everyone's rights. You see the narrative that I just built there? I just took a story that theoretically was about me, right? Instead of droning on for 45 minutes, I showed instead of tell. This is why you should always bring out your camera when you get into an encounter, because if you're able to show, it will empower your narrative. If you didn't bring out a camera and it's with law enforcement, maybe get a dash cam, maybe get a security camera, something like that. Something so that you can show. Remember the video I did for Jeff Winehouse? I showed the video of them trying to murder Jeff Winehouse. Maybe Kelly can post the link to Jeff Winehouse's fundraiser auction that's going on right now, so we can send some support to him and his attorney, trying to work with him and help get him out of jail. But you can watch that video on my YouTube channel. Just go search for Jeff Winehouse, and you'll see how I took the video of Jeff and then I mixed it with a narrative of me explaining what was happening. Don't just show what happened. Explain it. Help people understand it. Control your narrative. So number one, you communicate. Number two, you don't make it all about yourself. You make your message expansive so that you can reach out to people. And number three, you bring that together. Finally, you bring it together in a short, concise method that has power. That has power, that people will want to watch, that doesn't drag on for an hour, right? And that has boldness, that has energy, that has passion. And you include others. You name the names of others being abused. Like the natives. The blacks, the Mexicans, the whites, it doesn't matter, like the Bundys. Or or Schaefer Cox, or Jeff Winehouse, or Blaine Cooper. It doesn't matter. You name names. You include people. You tell a narrative. You expose the corruption. You speak out. That's how you give your voice power. Yes, you are, Kelly. And energy is good. Use your energy and then refine that energy. If we all refine our energy, we refine our passion, but we set aside our own egos. We set aside our own pity party. It's not about us. It's about the message. It's about getting liberty back. It's about taking back our freedom. It's about stopping the treason of the courts and the blue line. And here's another thing. When your words aren't reaching, when people aren't responding, when they don't have power, it's true, some people just don't want to hear the truth. It's hard to wake people up. But if your words don't have power, the first thing you want to look for is, are you stuck on you? If people aren't reacting to your words, are you just talking about you? Is it all about I? The second thing is, are you keeping it simple? Are you thinking through the message in your mind and keeping it simple and focused? Right? Are you keeping that narrative straight? Are you showing instead of telling? Are you keeping the message open, middle, close? And finally, are you carrying that message? Are you getting that message out there in a way that connects with people? Are you using even good titles and good graphics and good poster frames? Keep it short, sweet, powerful, compassionate. Don't be afraid to speak boldly, but don't be afraid to show compassion. Don't be filled with hate, envy, jealousy, rage, anger, humility, righteousness, godliness. See, people always say that I'm a liar. They always call me names. They always say I'm doing this or that, but they can never prove it because I'm not, because it is a lie. But I don't need to show them my accounts. I don't need to justify myself to them. So we did a message within a message of how you can communicate together, while I just gave a message of how we can try and get focused again, right? My message was, there's a lot of liars, but let's keep on message. Let's help the suffering. Let's do that by empowering our voices. Every one of us, not just mine. Empower your voice and help other people who are trying to expand their voice. And then we had a message within that of how we do that. And finally, in all of these messages, you have to be willing to speak the truth. The other thing, if your message isn't getting out, the last thing to remember, if your message is not getting out, it might be because it has no power. It could be because you're dragging on, because you're not condensing it. It could be because you're making it about self. But it could be that you're not willing to say what's truth. A lot of times I have messages and they get a lot of attention because I'm not afraid to say America's police are terrorists. I'm not afraid to say we don't have cops who honor their oath. And if we did, they would be standing up to the bad ones. They would be arresting the judges. I'm not afraid to say it because I've proven it. I've proven it with the law. I've proven it with the Constitution. I've proven it with my neck on the line. And so have a lot of you. So have people like Kelly. So have people like John and Josh. See, it's about all of us. It's about us standing. It's about us ceasing to worry about what frauds and liars and fake patriots or fake liberty lovers think of us. It's about us focusing on a bold message that's truthful and honest and simple and powerful. And it's about us getting that message out to everyone and loving our neighbor as ourselves. I've gone for almost 15 minutes. I wanted to keep this under 10. I'm going to close for tonight. Hey, Sandra, I see you in there, love. I'm going to be heading home for dinner here in just a moment. And if you don't like this, I just told you how to expand your own voice. Maybe you do like it and you want to expand it more. Go make a live stream right now. Go say something. It's not going to be perfect the first time, but you can learn how to communicate. You don't have to rely on fake news and fake politicians and fake government and fake justice. You can communicate. You can empower your voice. And you can use that voice to love your neighbor. You guys have a good night. Spread the message. Tell other people, hey, Maureen, all you guys, have a good night. Christy, tell people how to spread the message. Share this, like this, do something. Go make your own video and speak out. We have to step outside our comfort zone and stand out.